Hey everyone, it's Kelly. I wanted to get on here and share an update with you regarding the lawsuit that my ex-husband Zach Brown from the Zach Brown Band brought against me. So on Monday, just a couple days ago, the court announced that it has set a jury trial date for September 15th, 2025 at the U.S. District Courthouse in Atlanta, Georgia. And this is a very important step toward closure, and I'm very much looking forward to my day in court. For a bit of context, Zach has been dragging me through lawsuits for the last year and a half now, and it started back in early 2024 when he tried to force me to sign a marital NDA during our divorce, which I refused. And a couple weeks later, he used our wedding video in his music video, replacing me with a lookalike model who was engaging in inappropriate behavior, and it was just disgusting. Then in May of 2024, he filed a lawsuit against me in regard to a poem I wrote claiming it violated my employee agreement with his company, Zach Brown Collective. And he even tried to get a temporary restraining order to silence me, which ended up being denied in federal court. And then he sued me again, this time accusing me of corporate espionage, basically Coke versus Pepsi kind of stuff, asking for an injunction against me. Then, after a very long and very expensive discovery process, in December of 2024, Zach withdrew his motion for a preliminary injunction claim and essentially admitted that there was no evidence and no damages. Despite all of this, Zach has kept me tied up in these expensive lawsuits as a means to control and intimidate me, even though our divorce was finalized back in January, so just a few months ago. So why this guy won't just leave me alone, I don't know. This has been an incredibly difficult and expensive and emotional journey that I never asked for, and I hope no one else ever has to go through. But I have to stand up for myself and for anyone who's ever felt controlled or silenced by someone with more power and resources. At our last hearing on May 21st, the judge stated that he isn't going to let anybody bully anybody, and that is why he didn't allow the temporary restraining order about my poem to be granted. And this statement really means a lot to me because it gives me hope that justice will ultimately prevail and that celebrities won't get special treatment, especially in this court. So yeah, I'm grateful that we now have a jury trial set where the judge has said that he will not be closing the court and that it will remain open to the public. And I look forward to the opportunity to prove that what I learned during my personal relationship with Zach cannot be silenced, and to finally put all of this behind me. So I just want to say thank you to everyone who has listened and supported me during this terrible process. Your kindness and encouragement mean the world to me and mean more than I can articulate. And I just want to say thank you. I will keep you updated on what happens as we move forward, but I just wanted to say thank you for being there for me. Hey everyone, it's Kelly. I wanted to
Okay. So, peep game, guys. Now, pay attention. Women can ruin your life, guys. Women can ruin your life, right? But before I say anything, let me just give you the background story because I read about it, right? So Zach Brown is a celebrity. He was married to this woman, and then he filed the divorce, right? After filing the divorce, this woman tried to play that game that I was in an abusive relationship. He wrote a poem. She wrote a poem, talking about she was in a abusive relationship, stuff like that. And now this Zach Brown guy, who's the celebrity, is suing her. Yes, he's suing her because that's defamation of character, right? That's slandering somebody's name, like just saying that I've been in especially for an A-list artist. Like, now you have women in the comments everywhere because this video has millions of views, you know what I mean? In the comments, the women are saying, they're canceling Zag, and they're no longer listening to his music and whatever, right? Which is reasonable for him to protect his career, right? It's reasonable for him to protect his career, to sue her, right? But now she's saying other things. She said Zach also used a video clip from their wedding, and um created like some sort of a model, a look-alike model, smoking drugs and doing dancing crazy in the music video. I've never checked out the music video, by the way. But anyway, Uh, this is how easy women can ruin your life, guys. You understand what I'm saying? They can ruin something that you've worked hard for years just by going online and saying, you were an abusive guy, you were a narcissist. You know what I mean? They had a terrible relationship with you instead of just going to the police and, like, I mean, since when did TikTok become the police or social media become the police, guys? When we have problems like this, we can just go to the police, right? But let's check out the next video of her.
I am here to respond to some of the comments that have been circling about my situation with my ex-husband, Zach Brown from Zach Brown Band. But first, I have to say thank you for the overwhelming support that has come from speaking up about my situation last week. All of your comments and messages have meant so much to me, and I am doing my best to get back to each one of you personally, but I am one person. I don't have some PR team or anything like that. It's just, it's me in this. So yeah, thank you for your patience as I get back to each of you. So here are a few things I want to clear up. First and foremost, I have tried to move on with my life, but I can't just snap my fingers and get out of this lawsuit. Zach has forced me into litigation, which means I have no choice but to defend myself against his circus. And here's the irony of all this. So back in May, the judge said at our hearing that he believes this is just one big fat divorce case, and I 100% agree with him. And Zach continues to keep me in this divorce case, masquerading it as an employment lawsuit by repeatedly suing me in order to keep me silent. And this is why this is so ironic, because now that we are going to trial, all of these private matters that he is trying to hide are going to be shared in an open court. And the judge has literally told his team twice that this will happen. Twice. And yes, Zach and I will both have to be at trial. He is a named party as well as his company in this lawsuit, so he is required to be there, and I, as the defendant, will be there as well. Now, I can't say I'm looking forward to this reunion, but I am looking forward to putting this all behind me. So to those of you asking, why is he trying so hard to silence her? Well, get your popcorn ready because you're going to find out on September 15th. Many of you have asked where and when is the trial, and I will repost the court's recent filing from July 14th, but just as a side note, all of this information is available to everyone. The court's website is the best resource for all of the details and information. And it's really important that everyone should know that this is not about bashing anyone, and this is not about the band members. They are incredibly sweet people, phenomenal musicians who have always been like family to me, and I love them. And look, this is not about Zach's new fiance. I will forever be a girl's girl, and I wish her the best. I would just hope that it would be more important to Zach to focus on his new engagement versus trying to control his past, but here we are. And in regard to what you guys might read in the press, it's really important that you fact-checked where you're getting your information from. It's pretty obvious that mainstream media outlets have continued to perpetuate misinformation that has been fed to them from Zach's PR machine. And to the hater that called me a gold digger, come on now, it's 2025. Let's stop labeling women speaking up as that stereotype. And let's also remember that Zach is the one suing me. I don't get anything from this. I will continue to update my website page to keep everything transparent. And I also want to give a quick shout out to Whiskey Riff. They are the only outlet I've seen put out an article lately that actually shared the facts. To those of you who really see what's going on here, I want to say thank you. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for standing by me. Your support just shows that one person's voice really does matter, and I feel incredibly thankful to have yours alongside mine. Hey everyone, I am here to respond to some of the comments that have been circling about my situation with
Okay, guys, that's it. That's it for today. My name is RJ Godfella, and this is the RJ Godfella Chess. Now, if you like this type of content, hit the subscribe button and hit the like button as well. Now, you heard it from the horse's mouth, guys. This is one side of the story, by the way. We haven't heard the other side of the story, which is the ex-husband. Peace. I'm out.